Hello everybody, here we are, and finally let's simply get started with this project. It's been quite a long time. Even yesterday just we worked on this particular project. Ultimately Google made Chrome project a little bit. Few more things were remaining, so let's simply get them done. And this is how things are gonna be going on. The overall plan is that I'm gonna be giving to this particular project 2 hours in a day. That simply means in a couple of days it's gonna be done, even if I'm giving 2 hours every day, because not many things are remaining. So without any further delay, let's simply get going and get the things done. And one more thing, and that is missing something. Yeah, checking the status of the live. I haven't checked that yet. I hope you guys are doing great. It's been pretty kind of interesting exploring the DevOps part as well. We have been exploring it for a long time, and hopefully it is around 40 to 50%, 40% done. 60% DevOps part is still remaining, so I will be going through that. But yeah, these are the things that are just simply going on right now. And as for right now, this is 49th day. Around 5 months it has been since I started the challenge. That's been pretty crazy, bro. I hope I'm audible right now. Yeah. So without any further delay, let's simply get started. 49. Let's make sure that by tomorrow, that means by 50th day, let's simply get this particular challenge over, and this is how we are gonna be going ahead. Not challenge over, yeah. This particular project done. This challenge is never gonna get over. Coming back to this one, let me just simply spin up the project. So turbo dev, the project is gonna just simply start from here, and we fixed a lot of bugs yesterday itself, so we don't really need to worry about the bugs. There are just few things remaining, that is working on the features, so let's simply work on them, and that is it. This is how we are gonna be going ahead. Alrighty, and yeah, we added this button yesterday. That's interesting, hand raise button, and this is the feature that we have to work on for the first time. So hand raise, this is gonna be the one, and a few things are here. That's great. And what else do I need to do? Interesting question. Hand raise, I'm gonna be passing the type over here. That when it comes to the type, even the type can be of many types. So let me do one thing. This hand raise type, this is needed only for here, right? So maybe I need to define the type here at the top. Const type is gonna be equals to, or even precise. What precise? What is the type of this? Options type, just like this. And what are they gonna be? That can be actually mic. Yeah, just like this. That can be either mic or camera, or, by the way, they should be type over here, sorry for that. So either mic or camera, and screen share. So let me just simply copy these things. So what is the benefit of it? The benefit is that I'm gonna be sure that I'm not making any mistakes. Types will make sure that I'm using right types of preview. As simple as that. So I have to just simply add them. So this thing is done. Is recording chats participants. So let me copy it, and it's quite a lot. Never mind. This, then chats, then participants. Again, there is a better way to keep it. Like, you can place them in a better place. We will be doing that. That's not like we will not do that. But first of all, at least overall types we should have, right? End meeting and nothing else. So these are the options that we have over here. Just the last option is this end meeting option. Alrighty, so we have my camera, screen share, is recording chats, and one thing that needs to be added here, just beside chat, I think over here below it, I'm gonna be having one more, and that's gonna be hand raise functionality. So hand raise, and that is how it's gonna be done. Interesting. Sort of, yeah, it looks. And then I'm gonna be saying one thing, that the type is gonna be options type, just like this. And this options type is gonna be coming from here. I'm gonna be getting rid of this, and right now just below chats I'm gonna be adding one more case. Case is gonna be when the type is actually equals to hand raise. In that case, what am I gonna do? Interesting question. Already I'm gonna be doing some of the things. Set active panel. I'm just simply setting set active panel. Just simply setting the active panel. I'm just simply toggling things and all, and I need to do some sets of actions here as well, so we will be focusing on that. But overall we have done this, right? This handle click, this should be hand raise actually. So hand, why am I not getting suggestions here? Okay, here we are. Here are the suggestions. This should be hand page. Any problem? No problem as such. The next thing is that on the basis of the value of hand raise, I have to just make it active. That simply means, do I have the current participant over here? These things need to be collapsed because I'm working only on the hand raise functionality. So let's collapse everything. This needs to be uncollapsed, ultimately uncollapsed, yeah. But okay, I have current participant over here. As I have current participant, so current participant belongs to the participants type. That simply means it has the hand raise property. So I can just simply say one thing, that current participant dot hand raise, if that is equals to true, that simply means it is active, otherwise that's not active. So now it's time to check the result as well. I haven't even checked the result. I started working on it directly, and hopefully everything's gonna be working fine if I'm not wrong, right? So it's gonna be compiling this stuff and all, and well, it's quite quick. Yeah, didn't know that it will be that quick. So here we are. Let's click on sign in. There is one problem, that how long does this sign in thing takes to expire? What is the expiry time for this sign in on Bitterauth? I'm not sure about this thing. Or probably then I haven't set even that, the expiry time. Okay, we will let me have this as a to do. So over here, check the, otherwise I will just lose the track and then get busy with something else. Check the expiry time for the session or for the login session on Bitterauth, because I'm using Bitterauth over here. So that is what I have to check. The main focus is on this one. Let's simply get this thing done as soon as possible. So this much we've done. Few errors I have here. What are they and why are they? Okay, so it turns out here I have the error inside this hand raise section, or inside this. Nope, this is where I have the error. And what is this error all about? Okay, this is the type is the problem over here. So it is saying what argument of hand raise participant is not assignable to parameter of type active panel. Active panel, it can be, just a minute, give me a second. Okay, so set active panel, this is gonna be the type. So ultimately this is where I'm getting the error, and there should be the chats option as well, and this should be first of all beside chat instead of, sorry, not this one, this hand raise functionality feature that I have, it should be just beside that first of all, just like this. And apart from this particular thing, I'm facing this error at both the places. Type, let's check out the type here. Set active, use meeting here, and what type do I need to worry about here? What is this here? Argument of hand raise or chats is not assignable to parameter active panel. That's of course hand. Why is hand raise here? Set active panel, set active panel type. I'm trying to assign, and when it comes to the type, so type can actually be chats, type can be participants. Let me even, oh, this is fine here. Type can be participants. Hand raise is just for the raising the hand, you know. Okay, I'm not breaking that. Am I missing that? Yeah, that's the problematic thing. Now it should be fine. I wasn't breaking it, so this switch statement was just simply forwarding the like process. So whenever the type is equals to hand raise, so only this part should run. So the logic of this part, and it will only run, it will run all the time. But if you don't have a break statement, then it will just simply continue moving ahead. and that was the problematic thing. Alrighty then, apart from this particular thing, nothing else right now. And the next thing is that I have already done it, so I should be able to check the result. Let me click on new meeting, rendering the stuff, and right now I'm getting it like this. The next thing is that whenever I click on this, so I have to change the state. Okay, changing the state is gonna be pretty simple. So probably somewhere here I'm gonna be having this. So changing the state, the question is, should I change the state directly over here? I already have use meeting here. I can get the set current participant, and I can do that. Or the another thing is that I can actually create a proper action that needs to be done actually. So let me go to the action, and inside the store I can directly go to that from here. So current participant, here it is. And this time current participant contains one more thing, and that is the participant actually. It contains the value of hand raise, and I have to just toggle this value. The way I'm toggling the value of camera on mic on, the same way I'm gonna be doing that. So kind of a little bit copying and pasting stuff will happen. But where am I turning on the camera? Ignore everything else. I know there's a lot of things. I mean, they become so many. I mean, it became so long after some time. Set open model, set active model panel. This is fine. Set open model, set active panel. That's okay, understandable. Joining participant, set join left, remove left, add new participant, reset participant, set other, set host. Why am I not setting the camera here? Setting the value of the camera. Set camera, set media. There should be something. Set current participant. Okay, here it is. Set current participant camera, set current participant mic. And what do I need to do? I have to set the current participant's hand raise. And what I'm just simply getting it as a boolean. That simply means I'm looping through them, getting the right object, and after that, so ultimately state is here. Once the state is here, so state.current participant, so I'm gonna be getting the value of the current participant. And once I have the value of the current participant, destructuring that and making sure the value of the mic on is here. Interesting. So how about if I just simply copy and paste the same thing? Who will rewrite the same logic again? Let's simply paste it here. Set current participants participant hand raise. This is gonna be just like this. It will be getting the value of hand raise just like this. That is definitely gonna be a boolean. From the state, of course, whatever I return from here, that will be set. That will be returned to the state, and whatever state has, that will become the part of the main state. But current participant state dot current participant, that is fine. I'm gonna be returning hand raise from here, and that is it. I think that simply means now I need to pass the value of the hand raise. When calling this, it will automatically set the value of the hand raise. Probably. What probably? Of course. So I need to go to the media controllers, and inside this I gotta just call this here. The question is, if you wanna call this here, you need to import it as well. But there is one more thing. Should I do it here or somewhere else? So if I don't do it here, that simply means that is the this code is related to what? Media manager, related to media, peer manager, and socket manager. It belongs to none. So it's better to just simply, but there is a problem. If I'm actually trying to do it here, then I have to even send a message. That's okay, understandable. Let me get everything done here only. Then if I just get some idea of formatting it a bit better, I will be focusing on that. So const this is gonna be equals to use meeting state dot I haven't added the types. That simply means it's gonna be giving me the error over here. It is just simply saying that does not exist on type actions and all. So let me just copy it, and I will have to add the types as well. So let me be back here, actions, and inside the actions, just below this, I have one more, and that's gonna be hand raise boolean, of course, and wide. Okay, never expected that there are gonna be these many actions, and they are not the only ones. There are many. but okay. I thought I would not have many, but I have. Set current participant hand raise, and once I have it here, so error should be gone, and once the error is gone, so I will just simply come back to this set current participant, and what will I do? First of all, I will get the current state, right? So const new state is gonna be equals to what? New state is gonna be the, how am I handling it here? I'm directly getting the value, right? So when I got the value of the hand range, I'm just directly saving it. That simply means I will have to change the state from the front end side only. I mean, from there only, wherever I'm using it. So I have to send the right state over here. Okay. In that case, new state is gonna be what? New state is gonna be current participant dot hand range. This is the new state. By the way, the new state is gonna be just opposite to this. That simply means this one. So whenever I click on hand range, the new state should become just opposite one, and it should be equals to new state. Amazing job, new state. Alrighty, so this way it should be just turning off and on. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's working as expected, and these designs are getting added just because of this. So ultimately, if you actually have a look over here, so current participant dot hand range, if it is equals to true, then this active button style will be added, otherwise this style will not be added. And because of this thing only, the whatever changes are being made to the style that are being made. Okay, so this much is done, so we don't really need to worry about the UI part. UI part is done. Let's worry about the logic part. Okay, right now we've been just working on the UI part. The next thing is that how am I gonna be changing the UI? There are a few things here. Handle and reach, just like this. The question is, where should I create this particular function? First thing is that I can get everything done here, but that's not the best way. So in that case, just a minute, let me think of a best place, better place, not the best place actually. So inside lib, I have media manager. What is this doing? Toggle mic, toggle camera. It is managing the media. Get local steam, get screen steam reset. No, this is not the best place. So peer manager, no. Socket manager, it is just simply handling the stuff related to the socket. I will have to create a new file. Okay, handle. Let me ask AI exactly what should be the name of the file. What should I name the file that contains the logic of, spelling is wrong, that contains the logic of handling hand range? As simple as that. Let's know the file name and let's create that. So hand range handler. Interesting, hand range handler. Let me create that here. Anything better? Hand range events, hand range fly file logic handle.js. Okay, let's go ahead with this. So inside what is that thing called? Just a minute, give me a second. Alrighty then, let's continue. And inside store, I'm gonna be not inside store. Inside lib, I'm gonna be creating one more, or there should be some kind of handler. I already have this handler. This is the process handler. When it comes to the helpers, these are the helpers that I have. And hand range, handle range. Where should I keep this, yaar? What's the best place to keep this? I get stuck with the structuring things, like what is the best place to keep it? What is the best place to keep this in Next.js project? Logic wise I don't have problem, but structuring wise I do get. Is an action in logic, so where you place depends on what it does, and Google Meet clone. First, understand the rule of handle range. Does UI update? Ask yourself, does it update UI state only? Talk to the backend socket. Okay, forget about this. Best place in Next.js. If it is UI state logic frontend, put it inside a custom hook. So use hand range, and use hand range will be responsible for changing it. That is okay. Export user socket this socket.emit and range. And apart from, if socket is related to real time, in your case lib socket hand raise. So ultimately inside lib I need to have socket, inside socket I need to have hand raise, because this is sort of related to that. Okay, got it. That would be better. Okay, I already have lib, so I already have lib over here, but I don't have socket. Would it be better? Is my OBS disconnected? Not. Okay, so that's gonna be hand range dot ps. Okay, let's simply export the handler from here. Later if I feel like there could be a better way to just simply keep it, I'm gonna be doing that. Export const handle range handle and range, and just like this, and this is how it's gonna be going on. So this much is done. The thing is that I need to first of all import it here, so it is imported, and remaining things I need to get inside done inside this. Apart from this particular thing, do I simple stuff. Whenever I click on the hand range, I'm changing the UI, that is for sure. I'm changing the state directly from here. That simply means as soon as I click on that, state will be changed on my side, event will be triggered on the other people's side, and the state will be changing there as well. That makes sense. Coming back to this one, what do I need to do here? First of all, I need to pass the value of the new state over here. Do I? Yeah, I need to. So I need to pass the value of this new state over here, because I need to just send it to the other participant that okay, the value is actually true or false. So new state is or probably hand range, that's gonna be boolean over here, and once it is boolean, then what I have to do? Interesting question. So ultimately I have to send it to the other participant. So that simply means I have to create a message. Of course, a message should have what? Message should have a label. Message should have a label, and that label should be equals to labels dot normal process or WebRTC process. Socket message normal process. Data should have a type. What is the type of this? So from the types, again from the types is a constants over here. Dot. These are the types that I have. HTTP process. Is this a HTTP process right now? No. Send a message. What should I name the handler? Send a message is the handler. Let me create one more, and that's gonna be handle hand range. Let me create a hand range type here, or let me ask what should be the hand raise type event. Because best practice, just have the hand raise over there. Even better, participant hand raise. Let's go ahead with the normal one. So I will actually have to create a type. So for the type I have received message and all, and then one more that I'm gonna be having, that is called hand range. So it will be triggered on the backend side, and from the backend side it will be triggered on other participant side as well. And this hand range is always gonna be hand range. That's okay. So hand raise is gonna be equals to hand range. This is the type for it, And as the type is decided, I hope there's not a better name than this, or if there is, I'm gonna be going with this. Final recommendation, use hand update. Hand update. Instead of using raise, design it as a toggle event. So hand update. Alrighty, don't know, for some reason my mobile is getting disconnected, like I'm getting disconnected from the internet for a while. And let's keep it hand raise for now. And the next thing is that I'm gonna be back here. Types dot, the type is gonna be hand raise. And apart from this particular thing, I need to send some payload over here. So payload is gonna be equals to what? Payload. The type can actually be anything. And inside this, one thing definitely needs to be here, and that is the value of the hand raise. Nothing else. And I need to have comma here. Alrighty, so sort of message is already here. Once I have the message, I even need to have the WebSocket. So const WebSocket of the current participant. So WS is gonna be equals to get web WS connection. So this way I'm gonna be getting the WS connection. Hopefully it just simply returns me WS. The WS is saved here just like this, and that's fine. So once I have the is this async or not? No, it is not. So I got my WebSocket connection, and ws.send, I'm gonna be sending it to the backend team. WebSocket server. JSON.stringify, of course I have to stringify it, and I'm gonna be sending the message. So this message is gonna be sent on the WebSocket server. Label, data, type, this. Fine. Okay, let me send it to the backend team. Anything else that I need to send? Yeah, what? I'm sending the value of the hand raise. Who is the sender? Hand raiser. Hand raiser. Hand raiser. Who is the hand raiser? The ID of that. And so the person who raised the hand raiser ID, or just the ID directly. And apart from this particular thing, the hand raise value, whether that is equals to true or false. So that's great. So this thing is also that I need to send, so that I can recognize that. In that case, I have to have hand raiser ID. It's like eraser or something. It's gonna be string, of course, and I need to send that. By the way, it's gonna be quite simple. Okay, but I need to have it here. So from here I have to send the value like ID. So I already have the current participant.id. That is the value of the hand raiser. Do I need to send something else? Would be better if you send the meeting, but a meeting is gonna be directly available, so you don't even need to send that. Let's see, if we need, we will be sending the meeting, but I don't think we need to send the meeting, especially when I'm sending the message. So how many things I'm sending from here? So when sending the message, I'm sending the meeting ID with the message. But whenever I'm getting the connection ready, WebSocket connection ready, socket manager, whenever I'm getting the connection ready, localhost, wow, I never mentioned this, literally. This is onward side. If I go to the environment variable, so WebSocket, WS base URL, that is 8080. This should be WS localhost this, and I'm gonna be using this here. So instead of using this base URL directly over here, localhost 8080 process.env. What is the name of that? WS base URL, just like this. And ID is gonna be here, so I'm sending the ID, I'm sending the meeting ID, I'm sending the token. Token is for the verification, so that you can get user gets verified on the WebSocket side. ID of the user who is trying to join the meeting. Who's connected right now, and then the meeting ID. See, if I already have these things, so do I actually need to send? Because I'm already sending each and everything from here. I don't need to send, of course, because I'm sending them from here only, so they are automatically getting sent. But okay, it's better if I have that. HANDLE hand raise and I have to pass the value of data dot payload here. Simple. The question is that where is this hand raise? So of course I have to create this. So in here I'm gonna be creating one more function, handle hand raise. It will be getting payload. The type of this payload I don't know, so let's keep it any for now. Sort of I know. So this thing is done, and I'm gonna be just simply importing it here. What is the problem? I'm not breaking it here. Okay, this is done. So the type is the hand edge. I'm getting it on the backend side. The question is, as soon as the connection got ready on the backend, server.ts. Okay, so I am definitely getting the ID here. So I'm getting the token, I'm getting the meeting ID. Not only the meeting ID, I'm even getting the connection ID. Is there a difference between connection ID and the ID of the user? There is no difference, at least in this particular case, but there are differences. ID is the normal ID, connection ID is the ID of the connection, but in our case both the things are same. I'm getting the connection ID. The question, if I don't pass the connection ID, that simply means whenever I don't pass the meeting ID, I will have to pass the values in this particular case from here, and that will become problematic. So it's better to just simply pass the value of the meeting ID as well as the hand raiser ID, so that I don't have to pass the values from here. Having said that, I can pass them. Why? Because I have these values over here. So as I have these values, I can pass them, but this is not the standard way. I'm just simply passing the data, so it's better not to pass. That simply means hand raiser ID I already have. Let me have the meeting ID as well. So meeting ID, and that's gonna be equals to just the meeting ID, and I'm gonna be having meeting ID here too. So there's one more thing that I need. Let me keep it at the top. Keep the sequence in mind, and meeting ID is gonna be string, just like this. Coming back to this one, I even need to pass the value of the meeting ID. Current participant should definitely contain the value of the meeting ID as well. Yeah, of course. So we are passing the meeting ID as well. Almost everything is done from this side, so we don't really need to worry about anything else. It's merely the backend part that is remaining. So let's go to the server.ts. I'm already passing everything. It came here, handle reg, handle hand reg. Let me go to here. What is the type of the payload? The type of the payload. Chat. When I was just simply sending the message, so at that time chat contained these many things, so that's fine. Okay, in our case, in this particular case, what does the payload contain? So if I go to hand raise right now, payload contains these three things. Is there any type for this? Not really. This type is definitely being used, and there is no global type. So let's do one thing for now. Should I create a global type for it? And that is called hand raise payload. So if I go to the types here inside packages at the bottom, inside packages, if I go to the types, and inside types, if I click on index.ts, so these are the types that I have, but I've never created types for the payloads, and they're definitely being used on the both sides. So I'd better just simply start creating them. This is actually a better thing. So even if I keep creating them, it's gonna be bulky. So in that case, let me create one more file over here inside types, right? Payload.ts. So it will contain all the payloads, and interface chat. This is the type of chat. So ultimately chat will be this much. or let me just remove it for now. Let me just simply add it here, and that's gonna be export interface and hand range payload. It will contain what? It will contain the value of hand range. That's gonna be nothing but boolean, and it will contain hand razor id. It's gonna be string, and it will contain meeting id. That will also be string, but there could definitely be a better way, and it's better to just simply organize the things in a better way. In that case, at least I can do one thing, and that is just for the payload I can definitely create another file for the payload. I'll have two files here, not even one. Types.ts, it will contain all the types, normal types. Gotta structure the things. src, let's create a source folder, and is it okay to just keep everything inside the source folder? Would be better, otherwise it's gonna be scattered. So let's keep index.ts inside this. I will have to change quite a lot of things now here and there, but okay. So source, or even better inside types. Okay, this is fine. So I have this source, and then inside this I'm gonna be having payload.ts, payload.type, types.ts, and I will have types.ts. Types.ts will contain the normal types. Payload.type.ts or payload.ts, it doesn't really matter whether I add this here or not. It will contain the payload related stuff. Index.ts will just simply will be used for exporting this stuff. Okay, coming back to this, cut everything from here and paste it inside the types.ts, and later it can be even more organized, but for now this is fine. Cut, paste. So this much is done. I'm just directly exporting those things from here, and what I have to do inside index.this, export everything from where do I have to export it? src source slash, will this be fine? Sort of, here it should be. I can even have the what, @ command, right? @ in the sense I can even specify the path, and when specifying the path, I think this is where it can be specified inside compiler options. Hopefully I'm not wrong. So paths are gonna be what, @ everything is gonna be equals to source everything, current directory source slash everything, problem, keeping it inside the array. Is this fine? I'll have to recheck it whether the way I have defined the path over here, that's exactly the right one or not. So let me collapse everything. Let me go to the next JSF, because the path is defined over there, tsconfig. So when defining the paths, first of all, this is definitely defined inside compiler options, and paths are gonna be, there can be multiple paths. First of all, @ everything, current directory everything. Okay, and what I wanted, source everything. So it is just simply saying that in the current directory everything, just get it directly, that's fine. In our case, what I want, close everything. So I have this source over here. Wouldn't it be even better to just have the inside the source I can have many more things. Inside the source I can even have the types. I mean, it's all about structuring the things, right? So ts configure, I'm just simply saying that because everything will be inside source. So if I say source and everything, that would not be even bad thing. Okay, coming back to this index.ts, export everything from @ yeah, that's a good thing. So I want to export everything from payload and export everything from @types. So at least from here they should be exported. Payload will contain all the payload, hand range payload. Hopefully, hopefully? Definitely it's gonna be alright. Alrighty then, this much we have done. And once this is done, and index.ts is mainly responsible for exporting everything. That simply means if I go to package.json, I'm just simply saying that you have to export everything. So everything needs to be exported dot, that's okay, but the path is wrong. So it should be source/index.ts. So source/index.ts, from here everything needs to be exported. Alright, hopefully I will not get the error. I've changed a lot of things here recently to just organize the things in a better way, nothing else. And once this is organized this way, it can easily be organized even better. That simply means I can even create more files and all here. But the question is this gonna work? Reload the page. Sort of, yeah, don't really give me any error as such right now. Oh, what is this here? I keep getting this again and again. Warning, better auth base URL could not be. Alright everybody, welcome back. For some reason my internet has been dropping. Let's see how it's gonna be going on, but this is the error that I'm getting again and again, and let me fix this first of all. And that is all about environment variable related stuff, right? I'm getting this here. By the way, everything's done from this side, I hope so. Coming back to the web app, and environment variable, it is telling me that I don't have that actually. Let me go to better auth. I think by default they do give you some default environment variable to add, ultimately default base URL to add. Better auth secret they give better auth URL. I thought I added this here. How can I miss this? Better auth secret, I have better auth URL, and that's gonna be http localhost 3000. I have web base URL, WebSocket base URL, ultimately web app base URL, that's running on port 3000. Better auth port 3000. Need to rotate secrets later, you can use better auth secrets plural to roll over the new secrets without invalidating the existing data. Okay, this error, I mean this adding stuff should resolve the error. At least I should not be getting the previous one. Yeah, now not getting that. So at least one error is gone. Apart from this particular thing, what is the next thing? The next thing is that adding the payload. So let's see whether I'm actually getting the option for adding the type here. So inside WebSocket, I was just simply inside the helpers. That was the normal server process. And in here, if I say, what do I say? First of all, I want to have the types. Bun install everything. I have changed quite a lot of things, so they need to be installed. and one again I can just simply say turbo dev, that's not really a problem. Coming back to this one, I want to have the payload over here, and how am I exporting this? So inside from these types, it is, what is the name of this, that is @repo types. So from here I should be getting it. So hand range, how am I supposed to be getting this type? I'm getting the labels, I'm getting the types from there. Okay, is it possible to get the hand range payload, handle hand range? Few things are already missing here. First of all, not constants actually, repo types, they are not exporting the chat module. This has no exported member. If I go here, it is exporting everything from payload and everything from the types. If I go to the payload, it is exporting hand range payload. Coming back to this @types, everything is being exported here. The question is, if it is exporting, then why am I not getting the suggestions? Okay, that simply means all these things are not being exported the right way. Interesting. So let me close this and go to package.json. What am I doing? Everything as a source index.ts. So go to index.ts, whatever you find, export everything from there. This is not quite wrong. So even inside DB I did the same thing, index.ts, but here I use dot notation. Let me try to use that here as well, I mean, if that's the problem. But path should usually work, I don't know why that's not working. So ultimately it is saying that instead of sending it like this, //src slash //src, not really, it should be just / payload and / types, this way. Coming back to this one, now I'm not getting the issues here. Really? So @ was the problem, but I added the type here, yeah, like the paths here. So if I actually go to the ts config, the path is added, source / everything. Even if I do this much, that simply means I will have to change the paths there a little bit. So /source / payload, and let me try it one more time, it works. /source and types, and getting the error over here. File is declared but never used, has no exported member as file. First of all, let me fix this problem. My internet is dropping again and again for some reason. I'll be back. Let me fix this and then we'll continue from here on. Hello. Hopefully right now I'm not gonna be facing the issue. The thing is that this GS connect was not on, and because of that thing I couldn't even know when somebody called me up. So hopefully it's gonna be connected. Let's see what's gonna be happening here. It seems to be connected right now. Oh yeah, it is connected to my mobile. So right now whenever somebody is gonna call me, I'll know that okay, somebody is calling me. Coming back to this one, this is the problem, that instead of using this @ notation over here, I should be going with the simpler way. That's even better. And I'm gonna be just simply removing this thing from here, but I'm still not getting it. Yeah, I mean it should be working. Let me check the UI part. Source. Do I have the paths here? I have paths @ repo UI everything. @ repo UI everything. Source everything. Why? Compiler options. So just it's completely going out of my mind right now. Why is this like this? @ repo UI everything. Okay, repo is the name of that main repo. Okay, that's fine. /UI and everything is going to be exported as source and everything. That simply means whenever I want something, I'm gonna be writing this. I was even earlier writing that. Everything inside source will directly be exposed. So paths are being used for this. So fuck is crazy. For some reason it keeps dropping. So @ repo UI everything inside source. I'm exporting everything from here, and that is why I need to specify it here. I'm gonna be taking the help of AI in this particular case. I'm a bit confused. Use of path here. In this this is an important concept in TypeScript and very useful in manual page and all. Let's forget about that. What does this path do? So path did this. It creates an alias shortcut for imports. So without path you would import it like okay, hard to read, breaks everything. With this now you can import button like @ repo UI components button, clean and all. What your config means, @ repo UI everything, source everything. This means @ repo UI and source actually everything. So source components button.tsx will directly be accessible, and for Nest.js very important, you also need to need this in tsconfig.json or jsconfig.json. @ UI everything will be equivalent to package UI source. Have I done that or not? Coming back to this turbo repo setup is crazy. tsconfig inside web app, tsconfig inside web app. I am doing it. I'm just simply saying that @ repo UI and everything, that should be get everything from here. So I need to make sure that I'm specifying the path here as well. Otherwise runtime error, module not found. You can also define root alias. So this source, in that case navbar @ that components. Why do I need to add the paths at two places. Just a minute, let me check this thing now. So you need to add pass in two places because two different systems are involved. TypeScript compile time. So your current config at the repo source, everything this is used by TypeScript only. Oh, so this is used by TypeScript only, helps auto complete type checking, no reader in editor, but TypeScript does not run your code, right? So Next.js, Node.js bundler runtime. So when your app actually runs, TypeScript is gone, JavaScript is executed. Now Next.js, Webpack and all. So ultimately import button this. If it doesn't have the module, then it is not gonna be found. So adding that path is okay. That simply means, got it. The path that I'm actually adding over here, this is just for the TypeScript thing. So if I expect that adding the path will make it be exposed, that will not happen. Alrighty, got it. Coming back to this, it's been quite a lot. So first of all, this is the thing over here, and not this, yeah, actually this one. From here, I'm just making sure that at the repo UI and everything is, the path is actually set. That simply means this is mainly for the TypeScript, so that the TypeScript knows that at the repo UI everything means source everything, something like that. And apart from this particular thing, whenever I need this, I need to import it there as well, the right way. And what I wanted to do the same thing over here, but it was this is mainly for the TypeScript. If I want to export it directly, it's never gonna be happening. So in that case, using dot notation would be a better option. And coming back to this one right now, let me get rid of this. Why am I not using the file here? What is the type of the file? File contains the file name, file type, file URL. It is already being used here, that's fine. So I can get rid of it. Why? Sorry. At the repo constants types, that's fine. And apart from this particular thing, I need to have one more type, and that's gonna be hand raised payload. Hand raised payload, I'm gonna be having it here, and the type of this payload is gonna be this, as simple as that. Same thing is gonna be happening on the front end side. So all the payloads that I'm defining, they are gonna be having the types, as simple as that. That simply means I will have to create that payload. So inside a lib, there was hand raised.ts, and the type of this hand raised ts, the payload that I'm actually passing, this one. I haven't really mentioned the payload over here. I have defined a proper type and the payload hasn't even been mentioned over there. That's such a crazy thing. Interesting. So in that case, what can I do? This has this payload by default, and only on the backend side I need it. Interesting. I could have defined it there as well. Then what is the use of recreating that? So close, and close everything. Coming back to this one, actually delete this as well. So many folders. Coming back to packages, not packages. Yeah, packages, of course. It is not even needed right now to create the payload separately unless you are specifying the type directly. But okay, that's fine. So app, web app, not web app, WebSocket server, and server.ts, handle normal server process. So inside this, I'm gonna be going to the normal process. Handle reg, that's okay. I'm getting only one payload. Later, of course, I don't need to create it as well. Just a minute. So this much is done. What is the next thing? The next thing is that I have to just simply forward it to the other people. What does the payload contain? From the payload, I can get the hand raiser ID. So actually from the payload itself here, what all am I gonna be getting? Hand raise ID and meeting ID. Ultimately, I'm gonna be getting these things. What is the next thing that I have to do? A simple job is to just simply forward it. Okay. Const, and that's gonna be Just a minute. My family members are making a lot of noise around me. Seriously. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so let's go ahead from here on. So, what is the next thing? I just completely lost my track. The thing is that when somebody starts making noise around me and then I have to make them silent, make them quiet and all. Forget about that. Coming back to this. So I have this and the next thing is that forwarding it to the others. That simply means I have to get the meeting. So const meeting is gonna be equals to meetings. Am I gonna be getting it? How am I gonna be importing the meeting? So do I have the meeting here on the server side? Am I storing the meeting inside the store, inside the state? So the meetings are being stored over here. So from the state I should be getting the meetings. Okay, great. So that simply means meetings. Do I have the meetings already here? Yeah, I do have that. So once I have the meetings, so meetings dot meeting ID. So this way I should be able to get the right meeting. Once I have the right meeting, so I'm gonna be checking. If I don't have the meeting for that particular meeting ID, I'm gonna be returning from here. And if I have the meeting, then meeting contains what? Meeting contains participants, and that participant includes me. So ultimately, once I got the meeting, and then I got the other participants, and other participants, I am also gonna be the part of other participants, and apart from this particular thing, I have to send it to the host as well. One thing is missing here. I have the meeting ID, I have the sender ID, forget about that. I got the meeting. Okay, once I got the meeting, other part, it does contain the host. Okay, we don't really need to worry about that. That simply means the same thing I can do here, or I can just simply copy and paste. I will explain exactly what I'm doing. So, or let me do it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Const other participant is gonna be equals to meeting dot participants. I got all the participants. Now I have to just simply exclude myself. So I'm gonna be filtering participant dot ID, and if that's not triple equals to my ID, that simply means hand raiser ID. In that case, everything's fine. So other participants, meeting participant filter. If the participant's ID is not equals to my and ultimately hand raiser ID, so ultimately they are gonna be filtered. There are gonna be other participants. Once I have the other participants, I have to get the WebSocket forward the message to all of them. So that participants dot for each, I'm gonna be getting the participant over here. Once I got the participant, what is the next thing that I have to do? The next thing is that you have the participant, right? Okay. Is it possible to get the connections? I'm of course maintaining the connections as well. So const WebSocket is gonna be equals to connections. I have it here right already. Oh, what have I done? So I have connections as well, and if I pass the ID to the connections, I should be getting the connections ID. So WebSocket connection ID. Yeah, that's right. So let me do that. Coming back to this one, connections and participant, I already have participant dot ID. So I'm gonna be getting the WebSocket connection. Once I have the WebSocket connection, after that I have to just simply send the message. Even before that, I have to make sure that I have a proper message. And what does the message contain? Message should usually contain these three things only. Don't you think so? Yeah, so I can get rid of this hand raise, it is not quite being used though. And meeting ID, const, I have to reconstruct the message over here. Label is gonna be labels dot normal process, and data is gonna be types dot what? Hand range. Let's make it really quick. We'll not be explaining quite a lot of things. I mean, it's quite understandable if you're watching the video for in any case, and we are just simply sending the message back to the client. to all the people, and payload is gonna be containing what? Payload will be containing the value of the payload only. So just like this, I'm not gonna be even doing anything, I'm just directly passing the payload from here. So this much we've done, and after that WebSocket.send JSON.stringify, and I'm gonna be just simply sending the message from here. Pretty simple. What have I done? First of all, I already had the hand raiser ID, ultimately sender ID, and the meeting ID. And using the meeting ID, I got the right meeting. Once I got the right meeting, using the hand raiser ID, I filtered all the other participants, because to them only I have to just forward the message. And then I just simply looped through them, and after that I got their connections, WebSocket connection. Using their WebSocket connection, I send the message to them. This is what I've done here, and that's it, nothing else. Alrighty, it's getting connected or disconnected so many times for some reason. 4G. I did my level best to just simply fix this. Okay, for some reason it's just behaving strangely today. Okay, by the way, the message will go to the event, will go to the front end side. So let's go to the front end side right now. Inside web, lib actually, inside lib signaling.ts, and inside signaling.ts, that's gonna be handle normal server process. And here I'm handling all these things. Ignore them. What we are focusing on? We are focusing on new case, and that is types dot hand range. Gonna be creating handle hand range here again, and gonna be breaking from here. As simple as that. The question is handle hand range. This needs to be created inside. Wow, handle hand range. I have two, because this is also somewhere else inside @leave handlage. The naming convention is gonna be the same. That's not gonna be a good idea actually. So the first one, this handle hand range I had, this was mainly for sending. So not handle, rather send hand range should be a better option here. Let me change the name. So inside app, where am I using this? Hand range. Inside the media controllers. So meeting, components, video, media controllers, and inside hand range, handle hand range, right? So I can just simply say handle send hand range, because at the end of the day I'm just simply sending it. Let me go here, handle send hand range, because this is mainly used for sending, right? So once this is the case, then I'm gonna be replacing it with that, and overall there should be no errors right now. So handle send hand range, that makes sense. Okay, so let me close this. Coming back to this one, I don't even need this. Coming back to this one, I need to create a new handler. So let me go here, let me create one more. That's gonna be helper function and a normal process helper ultimately. So export function handle and range, just like this. Again, it will have some values. So let me first of all import it here if possible. So it's been imported. Where is this coming from? This is coming from here, that's great. And I have to pass the value of data dot payload here, not params, payload. Okay, so the value is passed. I'm gonna be getting the data here. Ultimately I will be getting the payload here. That's gonna be for now anytime. I know what is the type, by the way. The type is gonna be what? The type I created earlier, that was hand range payload type, as simple as that. So that is the use of benefit of creating the payload globally, creating the type globally, using it inside web app as well as inside WebSocket server. Okay, coming back to this, I got this. What is the next thing? This is the other user side, I got it. So on the other user side, I got this particular message, and once I got this particular message, so what all I have? Const payload. I have the value of hand range, I have the value of hand raiser ID, and I have the value of meeting ID, just like this. Let's see how many things we need here. We need the hand raiser ID, Yeah, because we have to find the user. We have to update the value, definitely. So the normal thing is gonna be, I have other participants, right? So once I have the other participants over here, let me go to the store and meeting.ts. Over here, what is the issue? Not even the issue. What is the next challenge? Forget about the issues. We have other participants over here. I have to change the state of these other participants, and the value of that what? Yeah, there are two things that I have right now inside normal process. I have the value of hand raise. I have the value of hand raiser ID. I don't even need this meeting ID, so let's simply get rid of this. For the verification, I can even have it here. The next thing is that find the right participant, change the value of hand raise for that participant. Simple, easy peasy. Now the question is, how will I do it? And the simple and straightforward thing should be that pass the payload directly. Wouldn't be a great idea. Just simply pass the payload. Action will handle everything. Or just pass only these two things, hand raise and hand raiser ID. Then filter that. Doesn't matter what you do, you will have to pass it anyhow, right? So let me pass it only. Let me pass the whole payload. But for that thing, I'll have to create an action. So let me go to the store, meeting.ts. And inside this, I have to change this. So what should be the name of it? That's again a good question to think. Good thing to think about. Set current participant, set other participant mic, set other participants hand raise. How about this? Set current participant has hand raise. I have set current participant mic, set current participant camera. I don't have set other. I have set other participants camera, set other participants mic. There's one thing that I need to have here. Set other participants hand raise. Am I right? So I have been informed by the other user that the other user raised the hand and all. Right now I have to just simply change the state. So yeah, sort of it should be fine. Let me. Okay. So set other. Can I copy and paste the stuff? Control C. And something's running. Just a minute, okay? Some kind of machine is running around me. I have to just simply close the doors and all. I'll be back. Alrighty, I have even used buds so that I don't hear the noise. It doesn't matter whether that is being echoed in the video or not. Hardly matters. Okay, coming back to this one. I hope that will not be the case. So set other participant. What do I have to do? Set other participants hand raise, just like this, and I'm gonna be getting the whole payload. Or let me do one thing. I'm gonna be getting a few values here. This should be fine. Okay, so what is gonna be happening here? In here mainly, what have I been doing here? I've been getting the values directly and then setting the state. Interesting. So I think that's the same thing I should be doing. So I'm gonna be getting the value of hand raise here, and that's gonna be nothing but boolean. I'm gonna be getting the value of hand raiser ID, and that's gonna be nothing but a string. And once I have that, after that I have to set the value. So few things need to be done here. First of all, set, interesting, gonna be fun, state, and what do I need to do? From the state I got from the set function I got the state, and whatever I return that will be set, right? In that case I already have the hand raiser ID. I need to find the right user and other participants. In that case, const other participants is gonna be equals to state dot other participants over here. So this particular thing is done, and once I have the other participants over here, after that what I have to do, of course I have to return. So if I directly return the other participants, so it should not, it has the problem. What does it mean? Participant, this is not assignable to state and actions. First of all, this should be fine. So whenever I'm returning something, what should be returned from here? An object should be returned from here. Other participant is gonna be equals to just like this. So this is gonna be fine. Apart from this particular thing, now I need to make some changes inside this particular other participants. So once I got this, so I have to change the value, right, inside them, right? So other participants, it's better to just find that particular participant directly. So const participant is gonna be equals to other participant dot find. I'm gonna be finding the participant. So p dot id, if that's triple equals to what? Hand raiser id. So hand raiser id. So this way I'm gonna be finding the participant. Once I found the participant, now what is the problem now? If I cut it, no problem, but if I keep it, still no problem. Great. So I got the participants. Once I got the participant, then I have to just simply change the value. So what I did, just simply filtered the participant, nothing else. So participant dot hand raise will have the value of hand raise. How about this? What is the problem here? Is possibly null. Okay. So if not participant, in that case I'll just simply return from here. Any problem? No problem. There is problem here. Undefined is not assignable to type state. Undefined. What is that? If I'm actually returning from here, yeah. So I have to return an object, other participants. Ooh. Great logic. Simple. Got the other participants first of all. After that I filtered, found the participant that had that hand raiser ID, and once I got the value of that other participant, I just simply checked whether that participant actually exists or not. If that participant does not exist, then I'm gonna be returning the other participants just as it is, and if that does exist, in that case I'm just simply changing the value of the hand raise. Whatever value I got, true or false, that doesn't really matter, in turning from here. Okay, good. Let me copy it. Gonna be adding the actions as well, the type. Where should I add this? Maybe somewhere at the end. Did I have it? It should be nearby set other participants. Better to keep the things structured. So set other participants somewhere here. I need to have hand raise, that's gonna be boolean, and hand raiser id, that's gonna be string, will be returning nothing at the end. So alrighty, this thing is also done. So this is the new function that we have created. Here we have defined the type. Oh, too much, isn't this? Not yet, bro. This is just the beginning. So this much is done. And once I've done this much, then I have to just simply use this inside a process handler, not inside this handle hand range. And here I am supposed to be using that particular action that I have created inside the function. So const this set other participants hand range, use meeting dot get state. What do I have to get? I have to get set other participant hand range, this one. So this is the action that I have got, and once I've got this action, I have to just simply call it. So set other participants hand range. I have to pass the value of the hand range. I have to pass the value of hand raiser ID, and the job is done. Meeting don't need for now. So that is it. Once this much is done, it should be working. Let's see. Overall, I've done everything. Start it again. Let's see it in action whether it actually works or not. Well, it will not work. Why? Because I'm not rendering that conditionally. Conditionally in the sense, yeah, that's not getting rendered conditionally. That simply means if I just simply close everything from here, come back here, let me go to the app web, and of course inside app meeting page.tsx. Inside this I have the video section, I have the panels. Let's go to the video section, then the video grid, and inside the video grid I have the videos, right? Great. And inside this I have two types of videos. I have local video container and I have the remote video container. Let's handle the local video container first of all. Inside local video container, where is the hand range? Hand button, not hand button, hand range only. This is the hand range, right? I have to render this conditionally. Class name, I can hide this conditionally. That is, at least that is something that I can do. So I have the current participant over here. So cn, I need to import it here. And if current participant dot hand range, okay, if that's not equals to true, that means it is false. In that case, what I have to do? Hidden. Simple. Hopefully it should be working. And let's see whether it actually works or not. Turbo dev. Come back here, reload, let the page be just reloaded and all. And right now that hand is not visible over here. That's what I wanted. And if I do it, it is visible. Tuding, 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 tuding. There is a problem here. Things are not structured well. So instead of hiding this, let me make it display none. So no, sorry, hidden TypeScript suggestions, display none. It is display none. So visibility, how to just simply make the visibility none? Visible none. There is nothing as such. I don't want it to be hidden, otherwise this OpenHA will keep happening. Like as the as the icon appears, as the image appears, so there's gonna be changes in the width and height, and that will be not good. So in that case, how to set a visibility none in tail window? Visibility layout, not hidden, invisible. To hide an element, but keep the space occupied. Use the invisible. Will it work? Visibility hidden. So this is how it works. Okay, great. That simply means now if I come back here, yeah, that's what I wanted. Trading, 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 trading. But this is not enough here actually. I have to raise the hand on the other side as well. So in that case, let me copy it from here. And this time I need to go to the video grid, remote video container, and where is the hand range? This is the hand range. Let me have the same class here. First of all, we'll be importing it. Already imported actually. Now what am I doing? Participant handle set remote video ref. I am already getting the participant. That simply means that participants should definitely have the hand raise option as well, and this is how it should be fine. Let's check it. Time for the real test. Everything's done. Yeah, keep it on the left side. I need a incognito mode. Keep it on the left side, and I need a iron webcam to be turned on so that it can be used as a demo camera. What else? And let me go to localhost. First of all, let me check whether I'm logged in or not. In incognito mode, I'm definitely not logged in, so I'll have to sign in. unstoppable@gmail.com, password 1234, sign in. Here we are. Right now I'm signed in. The next thing is that I have to join the meeting, so let me copy this here. Allow. Same. Why is this not allowed here? Reload the page. Reset the permissions. Reload it. And iron webcam is gonna be allowed. That simply means they are not in the meeting. Yeah, they are not in the meeting. Why are not they in the meeting? The meeting ID is the same. WebSocket server. WebSocket connection got established. Okay, here I am facing the same issue. I have to just simply edit this there. But okay, that can be done anytime. Error. Upstream response failed. HTTPS uploads coding the code outside this PNG 403. Why? Open. Access denied. HTTPS upload side this demo.png, that does not exist anymore. That simply means because of this, where am I having the issue? Nowhere, at least for now. But the thing is that why are the people not able to join the meetings? Let me paste the meeting here. Probably the meeting IDs are different. Nope, this is not the case. So why is this happening? Let me stop it, start it again. Congratulations, I've done something I should not have done. Time to debug that. So WebSocket connection closed. WebSocket connection is not getting established. What is the reason behind this? The WebSocket connection, WebSocket localhost 3000. I know where I changed the things. So WebSocket connection is never getting established. So let me close everything. Coming back to this one, where I changed it. I changed this inside lib only. So let me go to the lib right now. Apps, web, lib, socket manager. Here I used this WS base URL. The thing is that what is this WS base URL here? So WS base URL is gonna be WebSocket localhost 8080. Was this the same earlier? I'll have to check that. Coming back to this, few steps back. What was the URL? It was localhost 8080 only. So I'm trying to get it on the front end side. let this be the same, and meanwhile check one more thing here, and that is clg web socket url, that's gonna be equals to process.env dot. I don't think this is accessible here. That simply means I'll have to make it accessible this way, but first of all I'll have to check. So this thing is done. Right now I should not be facing the same issues. Turbo dev. Okay, reload the page. Both the passage. Here we should be getting a request. Yeah, we are getting a request. We can allow the users. WebSocket URL is undefined. Interesting. So if I want to make it available here, in that case I have to add this next public beside this. So next public like this, and now it should be accessible. So let me come back here, let me paste it here and try it again. Reload the page one more time. Now I'm getting this WebSocket URL. Once I'm getting this WebSocket URL, so let me cut this thing from here, let me remove it all from here, and let me replace it with this. Alrighty then, now connection related issues should not be there anymore, but let's see what happens. Stop everything, restart everything, and reload both the pages. Great. Now getting the request to just simply allow. That's what I actually wanted. So let me click on actually this. Let me click on allow all, and both of them are in the meeting. Let me turn on the camera working. Let me turn on the camera working as well. But the main problem is not that. The main feature that we worked on, that is this hand raise functionality. Let's see whether it works or not. Clicked. It is working locally, but it is not working on the other side. So ultimately what should usually happen? The value of this should be changed, but it is not changing right now. So what do we have to do? Logging this stuff. What else? So where should I start? The thing is that I'm using some management libraries, but I'm not able to even check the state properly, like whether that's changing or not. I should be able to change. Okay, let me do one thing. I'm gonna be just logging the events as well. So from here I'm sending it on the backend side. I'm gonna be getting that event. That simply means server side, right? WebSocket server source server.ts. I got it here. Da-da-da. Handle armor process. Okay, this is done. And inside this hand rage, when I handled this, I did not log anything. Let me see whether I'm getting the event here or not. So probably at the top, CLG event hand rage on the backend side, and then the same thing I need to do on the front end side as well. So helpers, normal server process, hand rage. So event hand rage. This should be enough for logging stuff and all, right? So of course for that thing I have to restart. Done. Now if I go here, both the things are getting reloaded. That is okay. I'll even have to allow. So let me click on allow. Both of them are in the meeting. Let me check the backend log. Handle HTTP process. Hand raise never happened. Let me click on the hand raise. I raised my hand. Okay. Now let's check this thing. Hand raise. I'm getting it here. That's amazing. Am I getting it here? Oh yeah, I'm getting it here. So if I'm actually getting it here, that simply means I'm able to change the values. So why isn't it getting changed? So I got it on this side as well. Let me check the value. So the value that I got here, CLG payload. So hand raise, no payload. Why? There should definitely be some payload, bro. Uh, Oi, what kind of code is this? Let's not have a look at this. It is not quite understandable at all. Um, hand raise from front end, but it should definitely contain the payload as well. So just below that, let me have this payload should be equals to this. The payload I'm already getting here, so it should be definitely here, if I'm not wrong. Normal helper TS hand raise. How about the payload? The question is, this is getting logged, but this is not, or both of them are nothing but logs. That simply means it is definitely getting triggered, but there is no payload. Even if there is no payload, that is okay, but at least this should be getting logged, right? Yeah, but that is not happening, probably because of the caching related issue and all. Let me see. Web. Okay, this thing is done. Let me allow from here, allow all. They have joined the meeting right now. Let me click on the hand. Now I'm getting that. Interesting, that's what I wanted. So hand raise is true. The idea is this. Now hand raise is false for this particular user. Hand raiser ID. Is the hand raiser ID right? For that thing I have to go to Zoost and Redux. Current participant. What is the ID of the current participant? C1659. CC, yeah, CC1659. It is right. Now the question is, if it is actually right, and both of them are in the meeting, so why is this not working as expected? Quite close. The logic is at least working fine. The last step, there is something wrong with that. I even have to check the state now. So for checking the state, let me inspect. Let me go to IDA. There is no Redux. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna be checking it here. Redux. And other participants, there's only one other participant here. And I want to check the value of this hand raise. Right now it is false. True, false. It is also changing here. If it is changing, then what is the problem? I have to check it. Let's see the last logic in the UI part. Overall things are working fine. Okay, so the UI, when I change the UI, at that time there is something I missed. So inside the UI, so app, meeting, page.tsx, video section, video grid, and inside the video grid mainly remote video container. Yeah. other participants dot participant to this. I'm just simply looping through that. Okay, and that simply means participant is being passed over here. That's right. Once I got the participant over here, so what I did here, image, if participant dot hand raise, if it is true, then it will become false, it will never run. If it is false, it will become true and it will be invisible. Let me make it to true. What will happen in that case? This is gonna be visible over here. Arre bhai, jao here. So I made it like this, participant. This is the same participant. The question is, what is the value of the participant here? The type is the same. That's a good thing. Don't know the value, right? CLG participant, and it should be equals to part. I mean, this value I should be logging here, and it should be fine. Come on, let's check this. I have to check out the logs. The same thing I can do here as well, can't I? On this side it will be visible to you guys as well. So let's click on this. There is no participant did you get that? What is happening? The thing is that whenever the value of hand raise is changing, am I actually whenever the value of the hand raise is changing, this is never getting re-rendered. That is the problem. It remains the same. So even if the value changed, but hand raise is the state, and whenever the state changes, this one, right? Let me try it one more time. By default it is definitely gonna be running once. So unstoppable wants to join the meeting. Let me click on allow. I got the participant here at the end, and that contained the value of camera on, hand raise is false right now. That's fine. Now if I turn it on, I'm not getting the value of the participant ever again. Got it? That simply means this is never getting re-rendered, and hence I don't get to see the result. Okay, what can I do regarding this? So this is never getting re-rendered. So if this is never getting re-rendered, video grid, this thing, so whenever the value inside this changes, the thing should be re-rendered, but that's not happening. And why do I want the whole page to be re-rendered? Just one thing should be re-rendered, right? Other participants. The value of other participant is definitely changing. Let me have it here as well. CLG other participants, something is up here. Whenever the value of hand raise changes, this remote container never gets re-rendered for some reason. Other participant empty. Great job. Coming back to this one, empty, that's fine. Let me allow all of them. I have participants over here, I have other participant over here. Other participants contain only one participant, and that is enough right now. What is the next thing? Click on this hand raise functionality. Not this, yeah, sorry. And whenever this is changing, isn't the value of the hand participant changing other participants? That is. So the state is changing. But why these components are not being re-rendered? Component. Hello, hello, hello. Sometimes things come up, and then I have to just simply get busy with that. Sorry for that. Coming back to this one, I hope I'm audible and everything's clear. Is it clear or not? Just a minute. Yeah, things are fine. Alrighty then. Let me stop it. Coming back to this one, the next thing is that this simple question: why is this not getting reloaded when the value of other participant is actually changing? How can I be sure that the value of other participant is changing? In here, let me keep it on the left side, this on the right side, and it is getting rendered on this side. Other participant and participant over here. Something is up. First of all, both of them are in the meeting, right? They are connected. Yeah, they are connected. So yeah, they are connected right now. So if I change the state hand raise, so in that case, I am getting the other participant and the participant here on that user side only. That simply means the same participant is being informed. Why is this changing? Because the value of the current participant is changing because of that thing. So this is fine. And here I am also changing the state. So if I go to this redux and other participants over here, let's change the values now. Yeah, so this is definitely changing here. True, false, true, false. False, true. So as this keeps changing, so ultimately on the other side, on the other user side, definitely the value of other participant is changing. And as the value, this value changes, what should usually happen? Whenever the value of other participant participants. Other parties, come on here. Other participants. The value does change, but the page never gets re-rendered. That is the problem. In that case, this is the use effect that I have. That means this is never running. Alert. And other participant changed. Just like this. So the value of other participant. Let me see whether I get this log or not. Wow. Let me delete this caching related stuff. Just a minute. Some people keep coming. Sorry, can't really do anything. I had to just simply go to just simply to them. Like one of my uncles came, so I had to just simply go and visit him just right now. Alrighty, sorry for that. Coming back to this one, this is never changing, and how can I get it done? Seriously, my mind is not focused right now. And the another thing is that this, even if the value of this is changing, other participant is changing, it is not. This particular use effect is not running even if the value of the other participant is changing. The question is that if the value of the other participant actually changes, so it never runs. That simply means this whole component never runs. Okay, so the problem is not in this component. So where is the problem? This component itself does not run. Keep that particular thing in mind. So if I go to the video section, so inside this video section I have the video grid. So I'm just simply saying here other participants, right? Where am I getting it from? Use state, and from here I'm getting the value. This state is definitely changing, and as this state is changing, usually what should happen is should be getting re-rendered, but it is not. Okay. Whenever a new participant joins, it does work, right? So if a new participant is gonna come and join the meeting, it re-renders in that case. Let me try that. So there are two participants right now. If I just do this, nothing's gonna make any. So why are you on? So it doesn't have any effect right now if a new participant joins the same meeting. Crazy stuff. Is the backend actually running or not? Wow. सही है भाई. Looking up data task ID this database. Probably I removed some of the things and because of that thing I was facing the issue. Not a problem. Let it be compiled. Other participant changed initially, that's great. Other participant changed here as well. Let me click on allow. Even the other participant changed again. That's great. At least this much is done. And the next thing is that why? Okay. What is the reason behind this? It should happen, yaar. Because the value of the other participant is changing, and as soon whenever it changes, it should just re-render the stuff. But it is not happening that way. So what can I do? I don't know honestly. My earbuds are saying that okay they are dead, but I'm not. So I'll definitely figure it out. So in that case time to take the help of AI now. I have in the Google Meet clone project I am working on the hand raise functionality and the participant state contains the state of hand raise too. Now the problem is that the value of hand raise is changing inside other participants. It is an array containing participants and there is a hand raise property inside each. Okay, but it doesn't render the page even when the it doesn't render the page. Re-render the page. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see whether it will be able to help me with this. This is a classic React issue. Your logic is almost right, but the problem is how React detects changes. So why your UI is not re-rendering? React only re-renders when state references state changes, not when you mutate objects inside it. Okay. So React only re-renders when state references changes, not when you mutate objects inside it. So if you are doing something like this, other participant index hand raised true, set other participants React is same array reference, no render. Okay, root problem. You are mutating the existing array object and it's a new array plus new object reference. Correct way. Immutable. You must create a new array and update the specific participant. So whenever I'm changing the value of the state, I have to create a new array. Okay. That simply means whenever I'm changing the value of the state inside the action, store, meeting. This is the problem, right? So ultimately what am I doing here? I'm returning the other participants, and that's what the problem is. So what do I have to do? Participant dot 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 other participants. Is this fine? Probably. Let's try this thing out. Other participant changed. This will keep getting logged in. Somebody wants to join the meeting. Let me allow. Change the. Okay, they are in the meeting. Even the camera is working. And the next thing is that raise the hand. Finally. Oh shit, one problem. Amazing job. The thing is that if you are just simply mutating that, changing the unless the reference has changed, React will never re-render the page. And what I was doing here, I was just simply making it like this. Other participant was equals to so over here I was just simply changing the value like this. It was right, it was changing the state, but the problem was that the reference was the same other participant was being used, just the state inside that was some property was being changed inside that, and that is what the main problem. And what I have to do, I have to change the whole reference in the sense a new reference should be created, and for that thing I just simply did this thing. First of all, let me get rid of these. Where am I using them? Inside remote. So what I did ultimately, I just destructured the previous other participants. So this way a new array got created, and as I got the new array, that simply means new reference. New reference means the page will re-render. Okay, as simple as that. And so yeah, we should take the help of AI, but this way. Not praising myself, but it's better to take the help of AI when you really get stuck and your mind doesn't work at all. So whatever you learn at that time, that will be crystal clear and will be set to your brain.exe. Okay, by the way, whatever we had to go through, we have gone through. Video grid, let me just remove some of the extra stuff from here, and I know everything's gonna be working right now. So alrighty, let me close everything. I know there are many things right now on the page, it doesn't really good at all. Reload the page, even better, let's simply restart everything one more time, see whether this hand raise functionality actually works or not. Great. So once I've done this much, other part, someone wants to join the meeting, let me allow from here, allow all. So people are in the meeting right now. One more thing, that this particular image unstoppable, why? I think the value was cached earlier and this image does not exist. So let me do one thing, let me end the meeting first of all. Even I can change the image as well. And yeah, so this is the problem. Over here there is no profile, so let me go to profile, and yeah, there is no profile, so let me click on edit profile, and here I'm gonna be just simply selecting a file, and let me get another image. Canva. Or any logo, that doesn't really matter. Free logo. Da-da-da. Can I download this? Okay, done. I'm gonna be using this right now. So this one is fine. This one is not. So let me select the image for the logo. So the one that I just downloaded. Bird vector zip. I'll have to unzip that. Okay, this is fine. And what am I gonna be doing now? Simply select this and downloads JPG. And once I have it, let me click on save changes and hopefully it should be saved. Invalid URL. I think I'm not supporting JPG or what? Am I not supporting JPG? Reload the page. Okay, interesting. Undefined this on Next.js image. So undefined ultimately process.env environment variables are not accessible. No. So it is just simply saying that undefined blah 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 on this. So if I just simply copy this image, I hope it has been saved in the S3 storage. So https://uploads dot coding the code dot site slash this name. Access denied. Uploads dot coding the code dot site. https. Why is the access being denied? Okay, even if it has been denied, coming back to this one. Upstream. So let me just simply copy it from here and I can't even copy. That's great. Copy it from here, or let me just simply open it directly. It is just simply saying that access has been denied. I don't even have my mobile nearby, but the question is, why is the access being? How about logo.png? I'm able to see the logo.png. That simply means there is something wrong with this. Demo.png does not even exist. That is the thing. And why is that so? Time to remove the cache. So app web next.js turbo, this thing is done. Let me compile this stuff again and should be working fine. Let's see. Close this, close this, close this, close this, close this too. And overall I'm getting the logo here. That's good. Ultimately this is visible. The another thing is that I have to check it on the other one. Reload the page. Still the same. Let me go to the home page first of all. Let me click on sign in. Fail to construct URL. Undefined this next image. If relative image, it must start with a leading slash or be an absolute path, and this is undefined over here. Undefined. In this case it is getting undefined, on the other case it is not. This is interesting. By the way, Let me see whether this image actually even exists in the DB or not. Not DB actually, uploads.coding the code, and this. No, it hasn't been saved there yet. It's not even being saved. Saving is the problem, probably. So let me go to the profile now. App, main, profile, page.tsx. Inside this profile form, या प्रोफाइल फॉर्म क्लिक हो जा भाई, क्या दिक्कत है. हाँ, सो नाउ whenever I click on that button, register button and all, that's okay. Set existing, cancel button, apply. Whenever I click on this button at the end of the day, so this has type submit, that simply means this form, and whenever the forms get submitted on handle submit, so this particular thing runs on submit. I'm gonna be getting the payload. Few things are missing here. First of all, the image should be directly visible. Okay, I'm gonna be working on that, not really big problem. But apart from this particular thing, this is the issue. Unsupported type. So ultimately, what all you are allowing from here? You are just simply checking that file.0.type, the type that you get, that should be PNG. How about when that is JPG? How will you be getting that? And because that is the unsupported type, that simply gets returned from here. Oh, interesting. So file.0, so file0.type. So how about if I log the value of the file, clg file. So whenever the submit is clicked, I wanna log the value, but you can't even log the value because that doesn't even exist. Okay, let me make it PNG for now. Later I will make it JPG and fix the things. The one that I have, the extension should be PNG for now, and once that is PNG, and there is no URL, is that so? Failed to parse source this next image. If using relative image, it must start with the leading slash. I'm not using any relative image first of all, and the second thing is that undefined. So when showing the profile, why is this being undefined over here? So especially when if I go to page.tsx header, this is the one, user profile URL, user.profile URL, this is the user's profile URL. User gets the value from the session, and I think whenever I saved the user initially, I just add the value there. That was the problem. Got it. Whenever I saved the user, ultimately whenever I signed up the user, signed up. So inside this sign up form, I did what? I added this thing. First of all, this process.env.profile.base URL, is this gonna be accessible directly? This is the server component, isn't this? So it does work here for some reason. Even it is a server component, isn't this? Turns out no, it is a client component. On the front end side, inside this, why am I able to get the value? profile base URL. I'll have to even check. CLG profile base URL. Do I even have the profile base URL? Where is this coming from? From the environment variables. Such a hectic thing. I don't even have a profile base URL. Yeah, like very. Okay. So there is no profile base URL. So why did I have it earlier? And what was going on in my mind? I'm a crazy person. So profile URL should be what? So that profile base URL has changed to uploads base URL. This is the one. The question is, even if I just have that back here, profile base URL, and I'm gonna be copying this thing from here, will this work? Will I be able to get the value of the profile base URL inside this? First of all, close this, bro. Let me open, close this completely, and this localhost. If I click on sign in, I should be redirected to the sign in page. That's fine. If I sign up right now, profile base URL, this is the base URL, logo.png, will I be getting this? Because by default, environment variables are not directly accessible inside client components. Am I gonna be getting this? Good question. So in that case, coming back to this one, CLG, if I can get the value here somehow, that simply means it's gonna be available here as well, right? That simply means if I do it like this, env, it's better to organize the things in the best way possible from the beginning, keeping the constants variable, creating the environment variables in a formatted manner. Otherwise later you just simply get stuck, right? So next time onwards I'll keep this particular thing in mind. Let me create a new account, Vipendra. Let me just name it VIP. Vipin, that should be enough. And PASSWORD1234, PASSWORD1234. Let's click on submit. Gonna be checking the logs, of course. Submit. Environment variable undefined. As expected, this cannot be there by default. That is logo.png, that is saying that it is undefined. Great. So what is the way now? The way to have it is removing this, using this next public. Gonna be using this upload base URL over here. So whenever I upload it, by default this should be the image, the base one, and it should be actually like this. Same I need to replace with this one as well. Let's try logging in again. Of course I'll have to close this two accounts. Can I empty my database? What am I using for the database over here? MongoDB. Okay, MongoDB. What is the that simply means data is being saved here. MongoDB.com. I've created many objects and the values inside them is not good, so I'm just simply gonna be deleting some of the documents from here, nothing else. Seriously, I don't plan to work for this long. I don't know how long have I been live for. It's been 2 hours and 24 minutes. Never expected to be live for this much. I just wanted to work on this for 2 hours. Then things happened and here I am continuing with this. Don't even know where I kept the I think I don't have my, yeah, I'll have to resume it from here. That simply means this is not the right one. I'll have to log out. Then where do I need to go? One audiobook, I think that was the one. Let me check. So in that case, let me reload the page. What is the problem here? Yeah, here it is. I think this is the Gmail. I should be able to get the result here. That was MongoDB. What? No, Google Meet clone DB. Let's see what is the name of the database here. That is Google Meet DB. I have the users over here. I have the sessions over here. There are many sessions. Actually, many. There are many users. Not many. But here, this is the problem. In some of the cases, there was this particular URL properly, and then undefined uploads, and that's been the issue. So how about if I just completely delete this, removing everything in one go? The end. Okay, what is the next thing? The next thing is that using this, so I'm gonna be signing up new users, starting. Let it start. Done. Coming back to this one, signing. Of course I cannot sign in, I'll have to sign up. This is fine. Password should be what? PASSWORD1234. By default it's gonna be getting a default image. PASSWORD. Sign, submit. No. By default it gets this email, this image, and that is superb. I mean, fine. Can I change the image? Let's see. So suppose I want to have this demo.png. Let me click on save changes. Gone. Boom, again. I know what the problem is. So the problem is, let me go to the profile form mainly, this one over here. First of all, even if PNG is supported, what am I using here? The PNG is supported, that is great. Whenever I click on submit, at that time I face this issue. That simply means when I'm actually submitting, I'm uploading the image to the database. That's okay, the image gets uploaded. Profile URL, so update user. I'm updating the user with this result.url response.json. What does this return? It returns the URL. Is that so? Let's see. Upload image, right? The thing is that inside the API, it is gonna be available, but the thing is that I have changed the name. So I'm gonna be having two things here: uploads URL and Next.js public uploads URL for the front end as well as the back end. Just like this, it's gonna be exactly the same. Just like this. There is a difference. This is for the front back end side, API side. This is for the next public uploads. It does make sense already. Wow, lovely. Let's give it one more try, but before giving it a try, I'll actually have to refresh the page over here, and I'll have to delete the database again. So let's delete it one more time. What else? Copy, paste, drop the database. Dropping it so many times. Never mind. Let's try it one more time. Hopefully it should be working. Log in a new user. So click on sign up for free. Enter the Gmail. I haven't entered. Now that is fine. PASSWORD1234 PASSWORD1234 submit. No, 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 no. Here I am. Let me try to change what? Let me try to change the profile from here. And that should be demo.png. Will it work? Save it. And profile updated successfully. At least this works. Now the thing is that whenever I update the profile, I even want to check the type. I hope the type is getting here. I'm getting the file list. The type is png. Now I want to click on this again, and this time I want to select jpg. I already have that, right? This, let me see, not I'll change the name. Never mind. So let me do one thing, demo, and the type is gonna be jpg. Done. Let me cut it from here. Let me paste it inside this, just for the demo purposes and all. Once I've done this much, close this and select the image. This should be jpg. Wow, such a great person I am. That is wrong. This should be jpg, just like this. Now coming back to this one, and jpg, save changes, got the file type. What is the type of this? That's what I want to check. jpeg. Well, the type is jpeg by default. Amazing. By the way, this is also getting changed over here. That simply means it is working. Interesting. What is the next thing that we can do? We are actually able to change the image, and that's it. Whatever we had to do, we have already done, and right now we are just simply gonna be checking the result, whether how it works and all. So let me close everything, and finally I can consider it done. I should not actually consider it done, rather I should first of all check it whether it is actually that this particular functionality as done. So localhost 3000. There were so many bugs in my code. Oh, didn't know that. Right now I just figured them out. Let's name it unstoppable at the rate gmail.com, PAWSWY1034, submit. Okay, this is the default image that I get. Let me change this with probably this one. Save the changes, and let me change the name as well. This should be unstoppable the coder. Save the changes. Yeah, so name has also been changed though. So this way things are working great. Time to join a meeting after fixing so many things continuously. Okay, let me create a new meeting. Created. Let me ask another participant to join the meeting. Allow. Turn on the camera. Of course I have to allow from this side. Now they are in the meeting. Great. Let me raise hand. So if let me turn the camera on from this side, or let me start sharing the screen, probably entire screen. So screen is also being shared. That's great. Hide it. Let me raise the hand. Hand is being raised. If you actually have a look over here, hands are actually being raised on both the sides. Great. Let me raise the hand from here. So even from this side, hands are being raised. The only thing is that there's a little bit flickering. That's not problem for now, at least. Let's not worry about that. Okay, so hand raise functionality is working right now, and even recording is I can stop the recording. That will also do the job, and I can turn off the camera. I can turn off the camera from this side. That will do the job. If I go to the participant section, I have unstoppable the coder. I have Vipin Singh Patel, and I can turn off the mic of Vipin Singh Patel. I can turn off the video of Vipin Singh Patel, and I will not see it on my side only. From there, the video is still on. So these things are working fine too. And apart from this particular thing, let me send some messages. Hi, bye, Tata. The answer is what's wrong with you? You are saying hi, bye, Tata and all. Let me send some files as well. gonna be sending all these files. Hopefully all the formats are acceptable. Yeah, let me send them. So these are gonna be the files sent from my side. They are gonna be received there as well. Oh, what's wrong? For some reason. Okay, now I'm able to do that. Huh? No, 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 no. When I click here, then I'm able to. When I click on this, I'm not able to move them. I need to click at the top. The same thing needs to be done here as well. For some reason, this is the problem of what? This is the problem of something. I need to fix it. Directly it does not work. Let me send some more from here as well. Select all of them. Send. Done. So now it works. Now this one works too. Okay, that's great. Some styling related issue, but okay, that will be fixed. So yeah, what I haven't tried one thing for a long time. If I want to download this, hand.svg, will it be downloaded? Yeah, it does get downloaded. Unstoppable the coder wants to join. Unstoppable the coder wants to join the meeting. That person is already here. So who wants to join the meeting now? Allow. There are gonna be 3 participants. Interesting. But never mind. How did I get? So Vipin Singh Patel joined the meeting 2 times. I have to even the host joined the meeting 2 times. I have to even work on this functionality that you cannot join the meeting again. Right now it is not a restriction that if you want to join the meeting again, yeah, you can join the meeting. But we have to just simply stop it. Let me download this one as well. So let me see the image. It did get downloaded, and that is sort of working right. Alrighty then, images are being downloaded, and ultimately all the files are being downloaded. People are able to join and all. You can turn on the video and turn off the video depending on your interest and all, and you can just simply leave the meeting if you want. And apart from this particular thing, what else can you do? That is it. Mostly we have done it. Okay, the last thing that is remaining, that is saving the history. Saving first, 2 things are there. First of all, saving the history of the meeting, and second thing is that saving the chat history. So I have to maintain the chat history so that if a new participant joins, that participant should be able to see all the previous chats. And the second thing is that you should have the history and the duration, timing and all, exactly when you were in the meeting, how long you were in the meeting, what you were discussing and all. So these are the things that we have to just simply maintain, and once all the things are done, then overall project is gonna be ready. So maybe one more day tomorrow, and then that will be done. By the way, whatever we thought of doing today, what all have we done? todo.md, allow hand raise functionality, done. Save the changes, state users info, change, done. Allow personal message. This is remaining. Personal message. We will be working on it. Add back into the save chats and the history. Add as many features of better auth. Even we have to work on this. Like I have to implement better auth as much as possible in this project. Work on the deployment part. It needs to be deployed as well. So we will be focusing on that. Check the expiry time for the login session in better auth. Okay. This thing, expire time. Expired time for the better auth session. Session management. inside this I can have the session, and I can specify the session. I haven't specified it, so it is like all the time up, like it is never getting expired. So if I talk about my session, so inside auth index.ts, this is where I have my session, and better auth session I'm never ever expiring this. For that thing I have to use session expires in this updates update age. Every 1 day session expires is expiration is updated, expires in 7 days. What does this mean? I got the meaning of expiration. Expires in, the session expires after 7 days by default, but whenever the session is used and the update is age is reached, the session expiration is updated to the current time plus the expiration time value. Yeah, that makes sense. If you don't use for 7 days, then it will be expired in 7 days. But if you use your app in between 7 days, then update time will be updated, so it will start counting from there only. That's good. Let's simply copy it, or let me add it directly. So just like this, and I have to add expiration time. Expires in something, what the something should be 60 multiplied by 60 milliseconds, 60 seconds, not 60 60 seconds multiplied by 60, minute multiplied by 24 hours multiplied by 7. Yeah, so 60 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 24 multiplied by 7, and updates age, that's gonna be 1 day, right? So that simply means 60 multiplied by 24. Okay, got it. So 60 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 24, the upper one should be 24, and this is how it's gonna be going on. So this way session will be expired, and that's what I want. So we have gone with this thing as well. There are many more things. So disable session refresh to disable session. You can disable session refresh so that the session is not updated regardless of the app update. Yeah, so we can even disable it, that the session should not be updated. So there's a lot that we can learn from here as well. I have to focus on this particular part too. Few more things are remaining, like saving the chat history and meeting history and all. And once that is done, then I'm gonna be focusing on better auth and learning. Like learning is okay, it's pretty easy to do. It's just that applying as many things as possible. So the thing is that data defer session. Okay, forget about this. We will be going through all these things later. Alrighty then, let's simply call it right now. Whatever we had to work on, 2 things. Even we faced so many bugs, you must have seen that. Even there was a bug in this particular profile updation. There was a bug in the environment variable, and then we fixed added the hand raise functionality. Even there was a bug, we fixed that. And this is how the things kept going. Alrighty, then that was it. Now I'm gonna be catching up with the, it's 9:52. I'm gonna be catching up by 12 o'clock or something. Because right now I'm gonna be learning about DevOps. Then once that is the whole thing I have learned, then I'll be coming back, and then I'll be just simply going through that. I hope it does make sense. And then we are gonna be talking about DevOps today a lot, quite a lot. By the way, bye bye, take care, see you, and I'm gonna be catching up soon.